Hi everyone, I just want to do a video. I think my hair looks quite nice at the moment. Once again, I wanted to talk about men's hairstyles. I think right now, the swooshed over look that I'm trying to get makes me stand out a lot. I feel on top of the world when I go out. No man at the moment looks like this, I don't think. I feel so unique. And I feel men nowadays just don't look how I'm looking now. They don't have that swooshed over hairstyle. They don't have the clean shaven look for the first time in 4 years that I've got to reiterate. Perhaps it's because men think it looks too feminine. I think that's ridiculous. I think men who have hair down to their shoulders, that's more feminine than having a swooshed over look. But I think this has to come back into fashion, especially if you've got dark hair. I think if you've got dark hair and you could have this look that I've got right now. I mean, I've got really pale skin, I look Spanish, Brazilian, Italian. I stand out a lot anyway with short hair, I feel, especially if it goes to a certain extent. My hair looks really black. At the moment, I've got tons of melanin in my hair, it looks like. But I think men have got to appreciate this style. They've not shy away from it. I think the trend of having super short haircuts, it makes hair into something that it's not supposed to be. It makes hair become fruitless. It makes it become boring. It makes it as if you might as well just go bald. And biologically speaking and health-wise, it's better to have mid-length longer hair. How come women can grow the hair longer? Why is that seen as okay? But then men, I suppose in a way it's frowned upon. The Beatles mop top hairstyle, even this guy I've been looking at and stuff from this magician or Banana, and he did Trick or something, Trick 2013, 2016. This hairstyle needs to come back into fashion. It's something that I want to reiterate, something that I want to try and bring back. Because if you've got really dark hair, you simply aren't making the most of it. And I think this is something that needs to be addressed. Men not making the most of an amazing appearance. I think this is something that needs to be taken into account. I think people need to really make the best of their hair while they've got it. I think that's a real key thing. Don't shy away from it. Make the most of a situation and make the most of hair while you got it. Nice thick juicy hair. I think it stands out a lot more than having a short haircut. So I think all that needs to be taken into account, and all that needs to be taken into account, and be happy with it. Happy with yourself. Be happy with the way you're going about yourself, and I think that's important. I think it's a key thing. Why have short hair? It's boring. I feel like if you've got dark hair and you have half of it off, people aren't seeing the colour of your hair. I think we've accustomed to this style, and no one's telling us otherwise. You look at all the hairstyle videos on YouTube. Tell me one that has a hairstyle like this, because this sort of hairstyle requires a skirt every 1-2 months, and it stands out. You can imagine when you go out in public, you can see men. You can see I get looks and stuff. Men can look at me as if they're sort of jealous of that I've got nice long hair and they've got short hair. Even people with faded haircuts, men, I swear they look at me sometimes. And they kind of get flustered about it, because you do. If you see a guy with hair like this, you get flustered a little bit. Even if I had short hair, sometimes even now, I see a guy with like long swishy hair and it stands out. You see a guy with a faded haircut, it doesn't really stand out. It's just boring, and it's short and boring, and it just means nothing. But a guy with hair like this, it's not the norm. It's against the status quo. Go against the status quo. And I'm not talking about necessarily hair. I mean, I am going to scissor cut my hair next month, but generally speaking, I'm talking about hair that's balanced out, when you've got sort of all similar length around back sides and everything, all the similar length on the sides or on the back around, So be different. Go outside the norm. Change the status quo. I'm trying to change the status quo by being vegan. I'm trying to change the status quo by wearing shorts and t-shirt in public. Not so much anymore. I think it's getting colder now. I'm trying to change the status quo. Not by being clean shaven, a lot of men are, but the hairstyle was switched over and growing it out, and not going to a traditional Turkish barber. I'm not even getting a traditional haircut. Because I always see it where people just after left school or something, they had long swishy hair, which is what I did, and then they maintain the short haircut up until they're older. They never grow their hair long again. So why be like this? Why be that sort of person that doesn't change their style? I just don't understand it. If you're constantly having short haircuts and a beard, why not grow it out? Or if you're constantly kept the same amount of stubble on your face and you've never been clean shaven or never grown a beard that long, do it. Because I think it's a missed opportunity if people don't take the options when they can. Like I said, I'm young now. We have the options now to take it when we're young. Why would I want to take it when I'm older? When heaven forbid, I hope it doesn't. But my dad went grey in his 30s. So I'm sort of crossing my fingers and trying to do this. That's why I'm trying to do this now and growing my hair out. I can have the short faded haircut, short back and sides. I can have that any time I want. I can just do it myself. Right now it's the time to grow it longer. When my hair is nice, dark black hair almost, tons of melanin in my hair, nice thick juicy hair, and I'm not losing it. Now's the time to do it. So like I said, if you're young, you're not making the most of it, because you can have these short haircuts. You can have them when you're older. In fact, when you're older, I'd probably suggest these haircuts when you're older. Either that or colour your hair, but I'd probably suggest having a short, if you want to keep your hair grey or whatever and you're losing it, a short faded haircut will probably be perfect. But when you're younger, I don't think men should get into this. Like I said, perhaps it's come from black people with tight curly hair, constantly having faded haircuts because they don't want to grow an afro out, do they? Whereas, obviously, you know, everyone else has straight hair, wavy hair. I mean, some English people have curly hair. I've got wavy hair, my hair isn't straight like a Chinese person. I kind of wish it was sometimes if my hair was straight, because then it would be the natural wavy, it kind of looks a bit sort of, I don't know. The key thing is to be yourself. I'm not trying to tell people what to do. You know, people are talking about veganism. People say, "Oh, you're trying to tell people what to do." I'm not really trying to tell people what to do. That's sort of not what I'm trying to say. But people, I suppose, have got to do what they want. And I just think that the male hairstyle trends need to change. I think it's boring, out and outdated. I don't think. I mean, I disagree. I don't think it's outdated. I think it's actually quite a modern look. But I don't like how the other hairstyles been thrown under the bus. That's what I don't like. How this hairstyle, the twisted over fringe. I don't like how that's been thrown under the bus. I don't like how the mopped up hairstyle's been come out of fashion. That's what I don't like. I despise it. I despise how these short haircuts. See, when I go out, I just about only ever see a man with a short haircut. I'm not, let's just put it into. I do see men with long hair, but I don't see them styling it with a fringe like I'm trying to do. I don't see that. So it's strange. It's a strange one, but it's something that needs to be addressed because right, look different. Be happy with your appearance. Like I said, if you're happy with a short haircut, fine. But I just think it needs to change. If you're constantly going out with short hair and a beard or a bit of stubble, just short hair, short back in the sides, and you're constantly getting a haircut, I just think hair is on your head for a reason. Biologically speaking, it's not meant to be short back and sides faded haircut. So I think if biology tells us anything about human beings, it should tell us that we look our best when we go with the flow. And I think going with the flow means having it longer. Because shorter hair, I don't know, you might as well go bald. How come women are allowed to have long hair but men aren't? So I think it's almost sly hypocrisy going on. But who am I to say? Go look how you want is basically what I'm trying to say. Look how you want. But keep in mind that, you know, change is inevitable. So that's your appearance or that's just general society. So change for yourself, change for the better, and change if you want to, I suppose.